You've probably heard of Los Angeles, and you've probably heard of Iran, but have you heard of Tehran or Tehrangeles? That's where we are today, the epicenter of the Iranian community here in LA, where you can find the best Iranian food you've ever had, from saffron ice cream to kebab to sangak bread. Welcome to Westwood. Home to hundreds of thousands of Iranians and the biggest Persian community outside of Iran. Here, tradition lives on every corner, starting with dadik, crispy golden rice pulled straight from the bottom of the pot. And then there's Persian pizza, nothing like the greasy slice you grew up with. Wow, that is amazing. Or a tongue sandwich so good, you'll find yourself coming back for it every day. Market, restaurants, and businesses where every handshake isn't just a greeting, it's an open invitation to sit down, share a story, and eat. And then there's gourmet sabzi and sarshir, the fattiest part of the milk that rises. They package it and you rub it on some bread and eat it for breakfast. It's all part of the story. And trust me, you'll want to know how it ends. Today, I'm taking you inside, past the postcards and cliches, to the real heart of this community. What happens when a culture refuses to disappear and instead reinvents itself in exile? Well, let's find out. So the Persian neighborhood, or Tehrangeles, really starts around Westwood and Wilshire and goes all the way to Pico. After the 1979 revolution, a wave of Iranians landed in the US, chasing safety and stability. They were hardworking, uprooted, and relentless, determined to build new lives from scratch in a country that didn't always make it easy for them. Among them was Alex Helmy, the owner of Damoka rugs, a man who didn't just build a business, but helped put his community on the map, literally.
I got it recognized by the city, and
the Persian Square, you were the one that was influential in that? He even got this sign put up on the highway, a reminder that Tehrangeles isn't just a neighborhood. It's a story of survival and reinvention, an essential chapter in LA's history.
I'm very proud of our community. They're very educated, they're very good businessmen, they're very hardworking people.
Iranian immigrants didn't just come to America, they thrived. They took a chance, rolled the dice, and built something extraordinary. These aren't just businesses. They're the taste of home for a community thousands of miles from where it began. Malek, tailoring, Iranian. Barber, Iranian. Rug store, Iranian. Bakery and market, Iranian. Another bookstore, Iranian. Cafe, Iranian. Jordan Market, Iranian. One of my favorite examples is just a few minutes down the road, Taste of Tehran, a place where recipes carry the weight of memory, and every dish is a love letter to Iranian ingredients and home cooking.
I make my food from here, from my heart, and this is my language to say someone I love you. I make food.
That's Chef Sagar. This is her spot. How did you start this place?
Well, my culinary experience comes back to my childhood, when my dad was cooking for my family, friends, and neighbors. And I came to this country with a lot of dreams. For sure, the first dream was freedom, but then my real dream was making some food for as much as my dad wanted.
She and her partner Ali have turned this place into an institution, a home away from home for countless Iranians.
We've been #1 best restaurant in 101 best restaurant in LA.
Wow.
Due to LA Times.
And the accolades keep rolling in, cementing a spot on the list of top LA restaurants year after year.
Every single people in Westwood, as the Persian people, they know me. They know me. Becomes the most popular restaurant, a small restaurant, most popular restaurant.
When a place like this earns that kind of reputation, you don't play it safe. She orders me 2 of Iranian's most iconic stews, gourmet sabzi and gheme, served on a golden, crunchy masterpiece, dadik.
The
50-50 dadik. I think that's what she's famous for.
Enjoy it.
Look at this, dude. So these are two very famous stews in Iran. One is called which is more of a tomato base, and it looks like chickpeas or split peas in there. And then the other half of this dish is actually called a gourmet sabzi, which sabzi in Iranian means like greens. So as you can tell, the color of it is very, very green. And underneath it all, the showstopper, tahdig, the crispy layer of scorched rice soaked in just the right amount of stew to make it the perfect bite. This is tahdig, which is the most coveted part of the rice. It's the crispy bottom that is purposely made with actual rice. At parties, if you see tahdig, you gotta grab it as fast as you can, because that's the first thing everybody goes for. Now for the Sultani platter, one of Iran's greatest hits. It's a duo of kebabs, kubide, a skewer of ground beef and lamb, perfectly seasoned and grilled, bringing me straight back to my childhood. And we are just gonna chop that up right there. Oh, and this beautiful, famous Persian rice. Oh my God, that is the taste of Iran. And then there's bag, thinly sliced filet mignon marinated in lemon juice, onion, and saffron. It's tender enough to cut with a look. Every bite melts like butter. Look at this bag. This is pure filet mignon. Just so freaking amazing. Tender, flavorful, soft, easy on a touch. As you can see, right when I was ripping it out, I didn't even need a knife. I'm enjoying this just a little too much, but what can I say? These dishes are no joke. They're the taste of home, of tradition, of everything that matters. This place has heart. I walked in a stranger and Chef Sagar welcomed me like an old friend. Places like this don't come around often. People like this don't come around often. But here's the thing. Just when I thought that kind of hospitality was rare, my next stop proved me wrong. How long have you been here in Westwood?
I've been here like maybe 10 years.
This is Nelly. Her spot, Cafe Glacé, is known for one thing, Persian pizza. You have a trademark on Persian pizza? They take their pizza very seriously. The Italians were coming for you. The moment I walked in, she pulled me into the kitchen to see how it's made. You gotta understand, I'm not making calls ahead of time. No heads up, no reservations. I just show up, and yet I'm welcomed with open arms. This isn't just a restaurant scene, it's a community. A culture built on hospitality, on making sure every guest feels like family. Even here, thousands of miles away from Iran, that tradition of generosity lives on. From my understanding, the big differential between, I guess, Italian or American pizza and Persian pizza is mass and quantity. Everything here is halal because obviously there's a lot of Muslim people in the Iranian community, but you have hot dog, you have mortadella sausage, you have mushroom, you have green pepper, you have so much cheese on this thing that it almost becomes a hamburger. That first bite, it's like getting hit by a freight train. A burst of flavor, cheese everywhere, and you taste every single ingredient in this thing. I'm telling you, it's like a freaking sandwich. Talk about deep dish. Now, fun fact, Persians put ketchup on pizza. I know, it's weird, but when in Rome or in Tehrangeles, I'm going for it. Internet trolls, I'm ready for you. This is weird with the ketchup. Do I love it? I don't know. But if I close my eyes and I think about an open bread sandwich with hot dogs and peppers and mushrooms and I put ketchup on top of it, I really enjoy it. For Iranians like Reza, places like this in Tehrangeles are a way to feel closer to home. Like, what's your favorite thing about being in Westwood? Is it the Iranians?
Just the Iranian culture. Yeah, you can find like a hot sangak in here, like a paneer tabrizi. For sure, here is like a second house, but you know,
Yeah.
it's not like Iran, but
it gives you that closeness to the culture.
yes, exactly.
For others, like Todd, who owns a Persian market in Westwood, it's a chance to share that culture with anyone who's curious. And what do you love about being in Westwood?
Seeing a lot of people, Persian people,
You like-
all over countries, all over the world.
For me, as an Iranian-American, coming here is a way to reconnect with my family's traditions. A chance to meet the people who keep our culture alive and to create new memories with my own family. Like introducing my daughter to one of the best tongue sandwiches in the city at Atari. But the day's not over yet, people. There's one last stop, a cornerstone of the Persian community in LA. When we say Tehrangeles, we really mean this Westwood area. But when I go grocery shopping, there is no other place on the planet that I will go for Iranian foods than Q Market. This is Q Market, a family-run Persian grocery store that's as much a part of Iranian life in LA as tea and saffron.
Hello.
How are you, Louis?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. He's the patriarch of the family right here. I've known Bobby since we were kids. Q Market has always been in the background of my life, a constant. But today, I'm seeing it through a whole new lens. How did you guys start this? Like, tell me the story.
Well, this is the man right here that started it all, the Godfather.
How many years has it been open?
So 93 we opened.
93, so we're
we
talking
just hit over 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah. And you know, it first started like an immigrant's like white picket fence American dream, right? And then it just flourished into something more. Like this is like the pillar of the community. This is like where the Iranians come. This is where we know each other by name. We know their birthdays when they come in here.
No
like
way.
Everyone's first stop from Iran is here because they hear about it on the TV, on the radio. They have to come check it out. And they feel like they're at home. That's the whole basis of why this place looks like the way it does.
Settle the debates. What does the Q?
Quality.
I told you. First thing on the list, falude, a classic Persian dessert.
So here's our falude. This is basically vermicelli noodles in ice, which is insane. It's kind of like a snow cone, but very fancy. Those are the noodles right there.
Next up, tea, and not just any tea.
All right, so you got the ice cream for your guests. Obviously, your guests are going to be Iranian mostly, so you're going to have chai on tap, so you need a samovar. This is, every Persian house has this. It's basically chai and hot water running 24/7. At every second that you need a chai, you have it.
It's like a tea keg. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of Iranian culture. It's always about the guests. I didn't say a word about hosting, but Bobby's first instinct, telling me exactly what I'll need for mine. Hospitality isn't something we think about, it's just who we are. It's about making you feel like you belong, like you're home, no matter where you are. So we grab Persian bread.
Very popular.
I'm always like the size of a small man. Rice?
By the way, this is a cool trend item here. I don't know why people don't turn these into purses.
Lavoshak or dried fruit?
I remember as a kid, my grandma would take plums from her tree, dry them out on her tables outside, and make lavoshak herself.
You name it, they've got it. But then Bobby hits me with something I've never seen before. And after today, I think I'm gonna need it.
After eating ice cream and kebab and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna have to take a look at this square right here. And it's gonna explain to you what these waters do. We have a water for everything. 90% of them are stomach problems for some reason, I don't know.
Every ailment has a cure, and it's all laid out. Just look it up, grab your remedy, and go.
Okay, we got stomach, heart, skin, kidney, liver, blood.
This journey started as a way to showcase Iranian culture to the world. But somewhere along the way, I ended up rediscovering it myself. Every single person we met was warm, welcoming, and proud to share a piece of their life.
It's a proud moment for me to really experience my culture in a way that I really haven't before. And so this experience, I don't think, is anything but priceless. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. No.
Sorry.
What?
No. Maybe your next segment you can learn about tarof, because this is what we do.
No.
No good here, my friend. No good here. Let's go.
I swear, nobody will ever let you pay in this culture. It's not about the money, it's about the pride and the unspoken rule that the guest is sacred. Even at the grocery store, it's a point of honor. But that's a story for another time. Because the deeper you go, the more this culture reveals itself. Meals aren't just meals, they're acts of love. The flavors are bold, unapologetic, and full of life, just like the people. And the traditions, they stay with you. They sink in becoming part of who you are long after the last bite, the last sip, or the last conversation.